This is Divine Understanding Born of Law. It's on Set the Record Straight. You know how we do it. We bring you the truth, bring it to you straight. And we got a brother here that's a protector of CM Bay. He came to speak to you and give you a little understanding on different Moorish movements and different Moorish groups as they are affiliated and how they see things in these modern days.
Islamism and Vadamika to the Moors, and peace to the Moors and the gods that's universal. I come today in defense of the Moorish movement, MSTV and the Clock of Destiny, Moorish National Order of the Great Seal, founded by CM Bay, and MSTV, the Moorish Divine National Movement, and the original Canaanite Temple out of Newark, New Jersey, by the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. There have been several issues going on out here in the Moorish community, and I was asked to once again to come forth to expound for clarification. In summary, once again, I was given the keys of the Clock of Destiny Moorish National Order of the Great Seal in 1994, November 11th, by Joseph Dumas Bay, who was one of the students of CM Bay, and who was present was Brother Shalimar Israel, since at that time by the name of Naherti Il, Seneb Bay, and some other Moors. They can bear witness. Brother Hakeem and Awamba, Masai Bay, Brother Ralim, Salahuddin Il, Man Godla Il. All of them know that I have been given the rights, the Clock of Destiny Order of the Great Seal. But Dumas Bey gave me his tax card from his pocket that he had me duplicate because there's no one in New York City that ever had that card. That card was only located in Cleveland, Ohio, by those who was under CM Bay. He gave me the nationality card that's yellow and the tax card that is white. He gave me the Constitution, and he gave me the impression of CM Bay's seal, which I have today. These documents mention revision 1952. They coincide with CM Bay's copyrights. And with these documents, I have made sure that they were placed back in the Library of Congress, because Brother CM Bay, as the late Johnson Bay informed me, who was also a student of CM Bay, told me that CM Bay removed the nationality card from Library of Congress and the Constitution because of the behavior of the Moors at that time. When I received the revisions, I replaced them in the Library of Congress on another copyright number, and the tax card, and temple card, and Constitution to protect the Clock of Destiny Order, better known as the Moorish National Order of the Great Seal, Clock of Destiny. It hasn't expired because I'm not 50 years old yet. And 50 years when it expired. But I had taken care of what had to be taken care of to assure that it continues to be protected. I'm going to speak on this today, just for clarification. You know, one of my dear brothers in Wamba Bay, a member of the Great Seal Association, he needed clarification, and I also need to clarify it as well, that yes, he was instrumental in me being where I am today with the Clock of Destiny and many other Moors. But that was in 1994, 1993. That's many years ago. Me and brother in Wamba Bay, we're like brothers. Everything is transitory, meaning it passes away. He's making many advances in his career, in his life, for the betterment of himself and his family. He's definitely, you'll see, as the prophet have said, he's one of those faithful Moors. And there are many brothers in the Great Seal that are faithful Moors. But you know, you have many organizations, even the Clock of Destiny, even in the MSTV, you have even those unfaithful Moors. You know, we say in the teaching of the gods and earths that you have even 85 and 10 and the 5%. You can't hide that. But Brother Wambe, I'm gonna tell you, he definitely applying as what our brother said, Marcus Bay, one of the adepts on the CMB, and the Moors will come into millions. Well, that Moor is definitely making advancement to be successful. As the prophet said, economics. He mentioned economics. We need that security. But now let me come around to some major points. I want to clear that up. This is what I want to say. There are a lot of unfaithful, dirty Moors. The prophet said, don't call them niggers, call them dirty Moors. A lot of them are dirty Moors. Case in point, you have so-called Moors in Newark, New Jersey, with Bays and Ills, aka, and also attached as Bays and Ills, better known also as Bloods, that's selling drugs and doing crime. That is not Moorish. That is not MSTV. It is not Clock of Destiny. That is not divine. That is not Moorish Americans. They are not Moorish Americans. Many people use the Moorish movement as a shield and protection to conceal their filth. Many people come to the Moorish community because they got problems in their life. And some people tell other people that this is a way to shield your filth. There's a way to get out of the problems you have by coming this way. That is totally misguidance. That is not the teachings of the Moorish nation, the Moorish community. Those individuals in Newark, New Jersey, they're not Moors. Many can come in the name of being ill, Ali, Day, Al, and so forth. But it don't make them or qualify them to be Moorish. If you want to see a Moor, watch how a Moor looks. The prophet said, Moors, look your best. Alright? We are righteous. Islam, from a culture perspective, is what we have taken on. That is not Islamic, selling drugs, doing firearm exchange, crime. And I will assure you, based on communications, that there are plans being made in the government of the United States to take care of, specifically, definitely, those so-called individuals in Newark, New Jersey. And we'll hear about it at some point, but it's a matter of time. It's in the process right now, being thought of. So if you're hearing this here and you're from Newark, New Jersey, whoever you may be, just know it's not going to last. Not because the government is going to come down on you. It has already been verified. But just in common sense, drug dealers never last. They either go to jail or they get killed. Or they get sick from a disease. Doing crime don't last. At some point, the law is going to catch up to you. Let's face it. I don't know your names. And the clock, we don't know your names. And truthfully, we don't really care. The prophet said the government is going to enforce his law. CMA said because you're not subject to the law, in particular, the civil law, it don't mean that you're free to violate it, because a crime is a crime universally. So take heed and clean your act up. See, these faithful Moors have to come and speak on this here. Because we have children with bays and ills. We have wives with bays and ills. We cannot afford to allow this to go unanswered. So the Moors and the government had always worked hand in hand from the beginning of us giving them this 13 colony or continents. Alright, that was originally ours. So we have to clean the mess up. So it's a matter of time over and over again. Another thing, in Miami, I understand that there are so-called Moors that are saying that they're members or they're Clock of Destiny members. Where you get this from, I just don't understand. But there's a plan for that. Alright, law enforcement is going to deal with that in a matter of 3 months, more than likely. They will be aware and they can validate certain things by law to distinguish you from the Clock of Destiny members. See, certain thing has been already in place. Alright? But see, you don't really understand. You're playing with high explosives. And as gods, we say that you're going to blow up in your own explosion. Because everything is called by the Son of Man.
Build or destroy.
No doubt. So you're either building or destroying. You definitely ain't building, you are destroying. So a lot of people are impersonating. So now you have Miami and Noah again. This has to be understood that the difference between them and the faithful Moors.